Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about World Endurance Championship mods for Assetto Corsa, focusing on the mods that I personally use to create my videos about the WEC, because I feel there is a significant difference in quality, as there always is when it comes to mods, but there's also other difficulties if you want a full or at least almost full grid. So let's start with mentioning the ones that I use. The Toyota and Glickenhaus are both from United Racing Design and are of extremely good quality in my opinion. Both of these are paid mods though, but I do think they are well worth the money. As they are really good cars, they look good visually and feel very nice to drive. So URD's mods are pretty much peak quality from the ones I've tried until now. From AC Friends, I use the Ferrari and Cadillac. I have no idea where I've gotten these from, as AC Friends seem to be a Facebook group, which is a social media that I do not really use. But as I looked into it while preparing this video, I found that these mods are all around the internet, so I assumed them to be free. These cars look very nice, but I feel they are way too quick. Not in a million years should I be able to be close to the actual qualifying laps from Le Mans, but in these cars I could. So yeah, they are way too quick, and I'll talk more about this later. And the last two hypercar mods I use is from SimDream Development. The Porsche and Peugeot are the cars I'm using from this modding team. These cars doesn't look as nice, but it's possible that there are 4K skins out there, which should make them better on the outside at least. These cars also doesn't feel quite as nice to drive, at least compared to the URD mods. SimDream's cars also feel way too slow and will be overtaken by the LMP2 cars that I use in my videos. I think SimDream has more hypercars than the two I use, but as I've not been a fan of the handling of the two I haven't bothered getting their newer mods. So as you can tell, there's a problem. AC Friends mods are too quick and SimDream's cars are too slow. Which means if you want to put up a realistic grid, you're really only competing against a few cars, which isn't all that great. In my videos it's not really a problem, as it's just a few of the first lap that I record, so mostly the difference won't be all that visible. But when you just want to sit down and race these cars, it's just not as fun when the cars are so different. It's entirely possible that I could change the cars myself through Content Manager, but I don't know how, and I don't know if it's possible even. So let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'd probably fuck something up anyway, so I probably wouldn't dare. But whichever mod you find to be the best to drive, none of the modding teams have a full lineup of the WEC grid, and making these cars takes time, so if you want a full grid, you will need to get some cars from each team. So without manipulating the BOP yourself, if that's even possible, you will have an unbalanced field in the hypercar category. Oh, and there is one more car that I have in the hypercar class, but one that I never really use because it's pretty terrible, and it's the Vanwall. A car that has visual issues that make it unusable in videos, though works decent enough if you're just driving in cockpit view. I never really use it, so I don't really remember how it balances up against the other cars, but it handles very differently, and I believe this is a rip from the Vanwall car from R-Factor 2, so that's probably why. But let's move on to a class that is much easier to deal with, the LMP2. It's basically a one-make field except the Alpines, I believe, so URD has a fantastic Oreca 07 mod, once again a paid mod, but it's pretty balanced against URD's hypercars, and they are exceptionally fun to drive, and looks pretty good too. The Alpines use the old Rebellion R13 cars, which is different I think than the Oreca 07, but just get an Alpine skin and you won't really notice a difference. That's what I've done anyway. Many team skins are available for these cars, so you can roleplay driving for your favorite team. When it comes to the GTE class, if I use them, URD also has some of these cars. I'm not sure how well those are balanced against the hypercars and LMP2s, but they seem fine. I'm sure there are many other places you can get GTE cars too, but URD's cars are the ones I use if I have GTE cars in my videos. They're all pretty good and I do enjoy them from time to time, even though I don't usually include them in my videos. So that does it for the WEC mods that I know of and use. I'm sure there are more, so feel free to put your favorites in the comments, and I'll add links to the ones I use in the description. When it comes to skins, the ones I use are from Race Department, so you can go there and search for yourselves. I'm too lazy to look for those now. Let me know which of these mods are your favorites. I personally really like the LMP2 cars, though all the URD cars are great in my opinion. But that's it, thanks for watching, and goodbye.